Your higher mind. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with you all. You have begun to explore the synchronicities that are leading you down a path that will ultimately take you to the discovery of your higher mind. You have a mind that operates with your higher self, a fifth-dimensional mind that can see the bigger picture, and is not limited in the same way that the physical mind is limited. Now, the higher mind operates with an awareness that all synchronicities are happening at once, and therefore, everything that you experience is a synchronicity of some sort. When you begin to see connections between events, information, and global occurrences, not to mention astrological ones, you will have the bigger picture perspective that helps you to navigate through the thoughts that are available to you in ways that the physical mind never could. You are beginning to access this higher mind and the frequencies that it holds, and this is very good news because as you operate from that perspective, you are also operating as your higher self. Therefore, the information that you access will be used for that ultimate agenda of shifting you to the fifth-dimensional framework. Your lives are perfectly laid out, and your discovery of this higher navigational system will simply take you to experiences that you want to have. You are no longer burdened by contracts, agreements, karma, or any blueprints that you had in place when you incarnated, and your higher mind knows this. Your higher mind is directing the show, and when you access it by noticing patterns, by accessing higher frequencies, and by seeing the synchronization of all things, that is when you dwell in the fifth-dimensional frequency range. And that is when you are a beacon of light for other wanderers who are looking for the exact same experience. The evolution of your spirit. We have witnessed an evolution of your spirit that we could not have anticipated. We often talk to you about the evolution of your consciousness, but your spirit, your essence, is also making that journey. And it is a journey that will result in the full experience of yourself, the full knowing of yourself as love and light. When you are experiencing a sense within you of caring about someone you don't know, someone you haven't met, someone you will probably never meet, realize that the feeling is coming from a deep place within you, and that place is your true essence. Your spirit is an aspect of consciousness. It is more than just the awareness that you have. It is the feeling that is embedded within that awareness, and your feelings are taking you beyond the evolution of your consciousness. Your feelings are extending out as the love and light that you are to give you the experience of yourself as source energy in the state of expansion. Every act of kindness, every moment of compassion, every desire that you feel within you to serve is further evidence of that expansion, that evolution, that knowing of yourselves as light and love, the purest essence of source that you could possibly know yourselves as. As you continue to experience this evolution now, and you do so more consciously, recognize that it is a gift that you are giving yourself. It is an experience of bliss, an experience of heaven on earth, and there is so much more to come. Stretching your consciousness. You have immense capacities to stretch your conscious out, to go beyond where you have been before. The desire to do this, however, is not present in the vast majority of you. Therefore, we are reaching out to you, the awakened ones, in the hopes that you will exercise your right and your free will to stretch your consciousness further. Now you might wonder what we mean by stretching your consciousness. First of all, recognize that your consciousness is not limited to your physical body. Your consciousness exists eternally, whereas a physical body will not always contain the higher level of consciousness that you hold. Just imagine for a moment where you would take your consciousness if you did not feel that it was tethered to your physical body. Where would you like to go right now? With whom would you like to interact? Do you believe that you can get there without your physical body while still being in the fourth dimension? We suggest that you start small. Start by stretching your consciousness out just beyond your physical body. See what you can sense in your energy field. Take control of your energy field with your consciousness. Let go of any thought forms that are floating around in there, keeping you in a repetitive cycle. Now move your consciousness out even further beyond your energy field. Feel for the higher frequency energies that are available to you. Reach for them with your intention. Vibrate in harmony with them, and now bring them back into your energy field and back into your physical body. And breathe. You've just given yourselves an upgrade, and you have demonstrated to yourselves that you can indeed stretch your consciousness. Shifting your ideas and biases. You begin each thought that you think with an idea about what you're thinking about. This idea is what brings you the thoughts. If you are in favor of something, then that will be what calls forth the thoughts that you think. You probably think that you can access whatever thought you want to access at any moment, but that is less true than you think. You have a particular bias when it comes to most subjects that you are pondering. You might call those biases beliefs. but we want to give you a different way of looking at these biases or ideas that you have. They are merely a perspective, and that perspective is usually learned from personal experience, or it is something that you pick up from your parents, religion, media, friends, or even college professors. The important thing for you to recognize is that what you think is only true because of your idea or your bias about what you are thinking about. So how do you shift? How do you get from one perspective that you have held for a very long time to a bright and new shining one? It is a matter of choice. This is where your free will comes into play. You can decide for yourself that you want to see something differently. You can decide that you want a different perspective, and when you make that decision, you are calling it forth. You can bring yourself the evidence that you need to support a new perspective. You can ask the universe for it, and the universe will deliver. And once you have your new perspective, you will be able to access a completely different array of thoughts. Once you have the brand new perspective on something, you still have a choice. You can choose that perspective if it suits you, or you can ask for another. You can ask for the universe to help you in discovering as many perspectives as you can possibly access, and the more perspectives the better, because you want to have access to as many choices as you possibly can. That is true freedom, and that is true free will. Your dream life. We have the desire to share with you our perspective on the way that you interpret reality, keeping in mind that this is just our perspective, and it is our perspective of how we perceive you interpreting your reality. So is it a truth then, with a capital T? Probably not, but if it resonates, if it makes sense to you, then you might benefit from hearing our perspective on the way you interpret reality. First of all, we see you interpreting reality as solid and fixed. It is what it is, you sometimes say. When you take the approach to reality, you become powerless in the face of it. We also see that you look at the present as though it is a product of the past. You see continuity, and that often gives you comfort. We also see you projecting into the future more of what you see in the present. You make projections based upon the data that you have in front of you, and you extrapolate it out. So if things are going badly, they will get worse. That is the assumption. Here is what we invite you to do instead of maintaining your interpretation of reality. We suggest that you see your waking life as being no different than the dream life. In the realm of your dreams, things can change right in front of you. In the realm of your dreams, there is very little continuity, and it is often impossible for you to predict what is going to happen next, or what you will dream about next, based upon the current experience you are having of your dream. It behooves you to bring that same experience of reality to your waking life. As you begin to tear down the walls of the institution of the reality you have been experiencing, you will find that there is indeed a great deal of power that you can obtain for yourselves. You can start very simply by acknowledging that you can change your interpretation of reality right now. Whatever it is that you are experiencing right now is not something that is unchangeable, and there's not just one interpretation of it. Shift your perspective and shift your experience of reality, and then see what shifts next. Why you are here. It is the perfect time for you all to consider the big question that often gets bandied about in a person's lifetime. And there's a very good reason why it is a perfect time for you to be asking these questions. You are the ones who get to decide what the answers are. You are the ones deciding whether or not you are making the shift in this lifetime. You are the ones deciding what you want to do with your life, how you want to serve, and what exactly it is you want to be. You are catching up where you were at the moment you decided to incarnate into this physical lifetime. And as you are able to access that aspect of yourself, you also get to decide what the new blueprints are going to look like for the next phase of your life and the next phase of your evolution. The old blueprints got you to where you are today. They got you to this awakened place where you are now. Now, as awakened beings who are continually downloading more and more of your higher self's consciousness, you are entitled to decide for yourself how you want to move forward. You get to decide what you want to do. There is nothing outside of you making that decision for you. It was always you making decisions about this lifetime, but now you are throwing off the veil of the ego and the physical mind, and you are able to grasp more purely the concept of creating your own reality. You are also getting more and more every day to the truth of who you are. Many of you were raised to believe in a God that was outside of you, that ruled over you, and that decided what happened to you after you died. Coming to the realization that the source of all things and all beings is within you is one that takes time for you to actually do anything about. You have needed time to absorb that truth. And now that you know about the truth of who you are, it would be to your benefit to decide for yourself what it is you want to do with your life and how it is you want to serve. We want to say one more thing about this. Your presence here on planet Earth, holding the vibration that you are holding, seeking to be compassionate beings of service, that is enough. That is why you get to decide what you do, because it is up to you how you affirm the truth to yourself, that your mere existence is of service to the whole. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you.